Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. So in this video I will be discussing episodes 3 to 6 of To My Star 2. So one of you lovely people have asked me to talk about it. I wasn't able to do the video for just episodes 3 and 4, but here I am and talking about these 4 episodes. It is very likely that you will see this video after episode 7 and 8 air, but I am filming this before, so I have no idea what is happening in episode 7 and 8. If you have not seen my thoughts on the first 2 episodes, I will link that video down below, but I will not be repeating myself. But I still stand by everything I said in that video. I just feel like my thoughts have evolved. Let's talk about the ex-girlfriend first. I feel like a lot of people really hate her, and I am usually not a fan of girlfriends in BL dramas because they tend to make them really badly. Like, they tend to make them really bad people. I wasn't too thrilled when she appeared, but I feel that she is not as bad as we think. She actually seems like a really nice person. She seems to care about her friends. I feel like she either knows about Seo Joon and Jiwoo, or she feels, there's something there. Even though she does, she still stopped by when he was having a hard time and drinking by himself. She still showed kindness to him, and she didn't have to do that. I think the reason she's here, like in the story, is because they both need closure. Both Jiwoo and her need closure from their relationship, because their relationship ended very similarly to Jiwoo's and Seo Joon's. And honestly, I was a bit conflicted when we learned that she basically left Jiwoo the way he left Seo Joon. How could he do that to Seo Joon if he experienced the pain of the same kind of breakup? On the other hand, maybe that's where he got the idea. So I think the conversation that is happening in the end of episode 6 is not over yet. We have definitely not heard everything, and I'm pretty sure Seo Joon did not hear everything. I feel like this will be that situation where he walks away before we get like the main information. From that conversation, what I got from it is that I don't think their relationship was that romantic, if that makes sense. I don't think Chiwoo was in love with her. He says that he wasn't lonely with her, that he felt warm, but maybe that's because he felt loved and because he had his childhood friend with him. We kind of have to think about that. They have had a relationship before they started dating, so there's a lot of people who kind of go through that, kind of have a really close friend and they kind of naturally start dating, even though maybe they're not actually that into each other, but it just kind of feels right. And I feel like maybe that's what happened here. It is paralleled with how he said to Seo Joon that he felt lonely in their relationship, but I don't think these 2 relationships were the same. He said to her that he, while he received all that from her, he wasn't able to be that for her. The way I understood that is either because he wasn't in love with her, but because he realized that he can't love her because he likes men. I don't know, it's either one of those 2. It's clear from that line that he wasn't able to love her the way he thinks she loved him. Another thing that kind of struck me in that conversation is when he repeats what she said to him, like the last thing she said to him, and that she's going to, something along the lines of that she's going to wish for his misery until the end of his life or something like that. And while I may be, taking that line too seriously, but when something like this comes from a person you care about, however he cared about her at that time, that can really mess up with your self-image and kind of your self-confidence. And maybe subconsciously that's what he's been doing, right? He has been making sure that he is miserable because that's what she wished for him. And I know, as I said, it sounds a little bit too much, but it can really, just a simple line like that she even said she regretted right away when she sent it. She was just angry or feeling betrayed or something at the moment. But it just shows that it can really be really powerful for the person receiving that line. And I feel like maybe that is something that has kind of been subconsciously in Jiwoo's head as well, because we have seen in these few episodes that I feel like he doesn't think he deserves to be happy, to be loved, or maybe even thinks he doesn't deserve Seo Joon. Like he did say that Seo Joon didn't do anything wrong, it's him. When it comes to the stuff that he's been saying to Seo Joon, I feel like at this point, you know, he has said so many things and he has treated children really poorly that the last 4 episodes, like, I love Jiwoo, but there are so many people who absolutely hate him right now. And I have seen comments of people saying that, you know, no matter what the reason, Jiwoo can't be redeemed. And the last 4 episodes have to really be powerful in order, you know, to explain how he's been acting. And also I'm wondering how much of what he's saying is actually true, because I do think everything is rooted in truth. I want them to elaborate on this whole him feeling lonely in their relationship. The flashbacks, except for like 2, are mostly from Seo Joon's perspective. In general, these 6 episodes have been mostly from Seo Joon's perspective. So we've been getting a lot of his perspective. I was hoping we would get more from Jiwoo, but for now, we've all been getting just kind of like glimpses into him and into his thoughts, but not really like proper Jiwoo perspective, right? Where he doesn't pretend or he doesn't like put on an act. We only have 4 episodes left, so I really hope that we get his perspective. Another thing that really has been kind of hinted at, but it is too on the nose to be just a passing comment, are the villagers. They have said that something happened in the past. There was a film crew there, and apparently something happened that I guess reflected poorly on the villagers or the village itself. And I wonder if that has anything to do with why Jiwoo is the way he is. I got a lot of different thoughts. Like, it could be that Seo Joon was also there, you know, maybe there was an accident. Maybe Jiwoo's parents were involved in something relating to Seo Joon. There are many different theories that I kind of thought about, but there is definitely something there. Something that happened in the past, both with a film crew and with Jiwoo's parents, because another thing that they said is that it's not Jiwoo's fault, it's his parents. And I don't think they just think that them dying, of course them dying affected him, but I feel like there's something else there. 2 more signs that he's not over Seo Joon is obviously that kiss at the end of episode 4. I feel like he got caught in a moment. They were both scared for Yua, and then kind of that relief of finding her left him defenseless. How he treated Seo Joon the day after though was appalling, and I was just like, I expected some sort of, you know, like, oh, it was a mistake thing, but that was just on another level. And the second thing is the ring. I did say that I don't think he threw it away, and he didn't. I will not take credit of actually noticing this myself. I saw this in the comments. How did people notice that? Like, I was focused on Jiwoo's face. I wasn't looking below the pillow, but seriously, people are such detectives. It's ridiculous how they manage. Like, it's such a small glimpse, but it is there with an intent. It wasn't just, it was obviously put there for people to notice. And I feel like this drama has been really just hinting things and kind of, I guess, expecting or hoping for people to pick it up. If I didn't read the comments or just, you know, read posts on Tumblr, I wouldn't have noticed that. So I wonder if they really, the way the drama has been building, they expected people to kind of just been searching for any possible proof that Jiwoo still cares for Seo Joon. So I think that is actually the ring under his pillows. Now, when it comes to Seo Joon, I feel like these episodes really showed how dependent on Jiwoo he is. I've seen people kind of romanticize this behavior of him, you know, not being able to sleep and eat when he's not with Jiwoo, and just finally being able to sleep when he is in front of his house, you know, in that camper. And that is all, you know, sweet and everything, but that is sad. Not being able to live without another person. Even when you're in a relationship, you should be your own person and then be a better version of yourself because you're with the other person, not only be able to function when that other person is with you. Maybe I'm kind of like being too realistic here, but I feel that I have to point that out. It's not as romantic as it might seem. It's actually quite damaging behavior. He's been really pushing himself, and at that point when they have a fight, he has reached like the pathetic version of himself, and I feel like that was the tipping point. That's as far as he was able to go, and he already went too far if you ask me. I think already after that fight, when he has a conversation with Pirion, I feel like that's when he decided to leave, because he asked when the show is, and I feel like he planned to leave after the filming of the show, because at that point, what can he do? He was just told that being with him makes you lonely. I was also really happy to see that he finally lost it when they have their fight, because he has been so accommodating and nice and polite this whole time, but it was that moment that he really just loses it and for the first time lets his frustrations out, and I think that's what they needed. This was apparently the first time they fought, and while fighting all the time is not a good thing, fighting here and there means that you care, means that, you know, you want to work things out. We are left with no epilogue and no preview for the 7th episode. At the end of episode 6, we're just left with a black screen of misery. And I think that was intentional. I hope that this signals a change in the drama. First of all, Seo Joon leaving, and second of all, I want Jiwoo's perspective. I want his thoughts. I want to see what he's actually thinking. And if we don't get that in the last 4 episodes, then I'm gonna be mad, because I was hoping we were gonna get that in the 2nd season and that we finally start getting some answers. I hope they don't just throw everything at us in the last episode. I hate when dramas do that. I want good answers for all the questions that have been popping up. I just remembered another thing that I forgot with Seo Joon, and that is we have got 2, I think, mentions of his phobia, right? Of him being scared of anything breaking when they were searching for Yua, and then when with that drinking scene where Jiwoo catches the glass. Again, I think that is there for a reason. So I feel that we might get the answer of how that phobia happened, and it might have something to do with Jiwoo and or his parents, or maybe with the villagers or something. I feel like that is all connected. That is also a question that I guess has to be answered in the last 4 episodes. Another thing that I think a lot of us want is for Jiwoo to finally be the one taking the first step. It has always been Seo Joon to do that, and as I said, I hope that Seo Joon leaving also gives us more assertive Jiwoo. Like, I want him to approach Seo Joon, not the other way around. Seo Joon has done, I feel like, everything that he thinks he can. He has shown multiple times that he loves Jiwoo. I need them to meet in the middle. Now it has been Seo Joon going towards Jiwoo and Jiwoo just like not doing anything. I need now Jiwoo to meet him in the middle. I obviously want them to end up together, and I don't think they're gonna break them up. I feel like this season is about them figuring out how to be with each other, and I do think that there is something larger at play here for why this whole thing even happened. Alright, so these have been my thoughts on these 4 episodes. Let me know, what do you think about my predictions and theories? Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Let me know down in the comments. Also, you can check my first impressions for this drama here. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!